2, 1. All right. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kendry Vasquez. I'm going to be the host for today's show for the Warrior En Route podcast. Here I have my team, Louis, Edgar, Sebastian, Dave, Alex, Ellie, and the other members who aren't here today, and Carolina. Um, so basically, the reason we created this podcast is to bring awareness to health and fitness, leadership, and personal development. So right now, what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of time to describe a little bit about ourselves, who we are, what we do, and just a little bit talk about us. And then we're going to get into today's topic. So I want to start first.
I'll start. Good afternoon, guys. Good evening, guys. Good morning. My name is Carolina Martinez. I am 23 years old. I am in the United States Army Reserve. I also go to college. This is my senior year. I started with health and fitness mostly to train to be in the military, but now it has developed to be my lifestyle, and I love it.
Good to go. Who's next?
Well, my name's Edgar, but all my friends call me Christian. I'm 27 years old. I'm currently at the University of Miami School of Law, and I am a military member. And fun fact about me is that I have ran 7 marathons, 4 of which were the Boston Marathon. And my health and fitness journey began when I started running competitively in high school in 2008, or for my high school cross country and track team.
Yeah, this fucking man runs like 1,000 miles a week just to fucking warm up. Hey, good shit, good shit. Who's next?
All right. I'm Sebastian, but mostly called Balk by my friends. I am currently a college student at West Point, training to be an Army officer one day, commission in 2 years. I'm 19 years old. I got into health and fitness last year after coming back into starting my school year here, mostly just to get bigger and work on my physique. Now I just love lifting and hurting myself, so, that's why I'm here now.
Hey, they said you're gonna be a food service officer or some shit like that. That's what you're gonna do, bro.
Fuck out of here. Armor all the way. Be ready. Thanks, bro.
He was like, yeah, I really want to fucking cook for the Army. And I was like, damn, bro, that's a bold ambition.
Out of here.
What we got next?
All right, my name is David Privatera. I'm 21 years old. I go to a small technical school up in upstate New York. It's called Alpha State College. I went through OCS this past summer. I graduated with Edgar, Kendry, and Waters. I'm going to be commissioning in July. So my health and fitness journey, I was a 3-sport athlete all the way up through high school. In college, I got away from fitness a little bit, just with some personal stuff going on. But then in training to get back in shape for OCS, I really buckled down, and here I am now. So
There we go. He's speaking like 6'8" and shit, and I'm like 2'3". So next to each other, we're like this.
Short ass.
Who got next?
Hey guys, my name's Alex Watersmith. I'm 20. I'm in the Marine Corps Reserves. Fun fact about me. I'm a full-time student right now. I'm looking forward to running some more half marathons. I ran my first half marathon last year, but I want to try my first full marathon this year. That's what I'm looking forward to. I started my health and fitness journey probably in high school, and then kind of it developed once I entered college. And what does health and fitness mean to me? I think health and fitness it makes up a lot of different parts of my life. It's partly nutrition, partly exercise, and partly spiritual fitness too.
There we go. Hey, fun fact about Waters. This is the biggest skater in the Marine Corps, all right? He'll find any way to get out of a PFT. But mind you, he runs all the time, but he doesn't want to do a PFT or something like that.
Stop the cap.
Bro,
I don't get how y'all like running so much, bro.
Bro, one story. This freaking kid, we're at OCS. I shit you not. Every time we gotta clean the deck or something, you can't find Waters. Waters is over there taking the shit.
Get out of here.
All right, who we got next? I think it's Ellie. Go ahead. She didn't want to say nothing. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Ellie Mari, Ellie for short. I am in the Army Reserves as well. And I'm a full-time student. I started my fitness journey to join the military, and now it's just part of a everyday lifestyle.
Hey, she's a part-time dragon too. She didn't want to say that, but she. All right. So we got last Cookie, Lewis. Now we should probably talk about that, like why I started calling you Cookie, because
I always
everyone here
wanted to
is
know
like,
that.
yeah,
I've been waiting for
We'll
that
get
story.
into that.
We never
we'll
hear
get
this
into that.
story. It's a party favor.
hey,
All right.
you just hit.
So my name is Louis. I'm not currently military affiliated. Don't know if I want to be, but
Yeah, we gonna make him a Marine officer. I promise.
We'll see about that. We'll see about that.
um, uh,
Coming
No
to
I,
us.
cap.
I double major at Bloomfield College. I double major in computer science and network engineering, and my fitness journey. I think like 2 years ago, I just got tired of being skinny, and now I'm just less skinny. But
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
things are looking up for me. So I
Fun
think
fact:
that's it.
Kendrick kidnapped
Oh,
him to go
and
to his
and
PT event.
I said my name is Louis, but my newly appointed nickname as of last year is Cookie, and we'll get into that later.
Nah, you just break it down. Tell him why we call why I say, God damn it, Cookie, I want my 12. Go ahead, tell him.
So there's this my director who called me just now. She told me about this movie when I interviewed for the McNair program. It was called Men of Honor, and in that movie, um, this
Cuba
dude
Gooding Jr.
he wants to be like the first black Navy diver or something like that. And his CO or whatever,
Oh man,
he nicknames him Cookie, and that's what he calls him throughout the movie. And then like in this whole emotional scene at the end of the movie, he yells to him saying, "God damn it, Cookie, I want my 12." And
that's a real
then
good movie, and it's a true story about Carl Brashear was the guy. He was the
yeah,
Yeah,
first
hmm
black Navy diver, made it to Master Chief, and it was a diver with a prosthetic leg.
yeah.
yeah,
That's crazy.
So
Yeah.
I'm kind of end his little story. So one day we're at the gym and I don't know if he was doing pull-ups or squats. I don't really remember. And I always joke around like when you're not supposed to joke around, like when you're doing a max set and you need to focus. So I think he was like finally PRing on like a squat or pull-ups or some shit. And all you hear me is in the back. I was like, Cookie, don't be a punk. God damn it, Cookie, I want my 12. And then he's like, bro, you serious? So then I started calling
Broka,
him.
you stop the PR. That's a cardinal sin, man.
Hey, bro, it be like that sometimes. All right, so a little bit about me. I'm sure you guys kind of know who I am. My name is Kendry. I'm 22, second lieutenant in the Marine Corps, personal trainer, all that good shit. Fucking. So what I'm looking forward to this year, honestly, as a person, is to inspire, educate, and lead other people to becoming better and just overall developing better lives. Um, I started my fitness journey honestly because I failed boot camp, right? So I went to Paris Island. I went down there, and your boy couldn't swim. So they said, "Pack your shit, go home." And once I came home, I was like, "All right, you know what? Damn, I really suck. Like I suck as a human." And then I kind of started wallowing on that. One of my mentors at the time, she brought me this book. It's called "Can't Hurt Me" by David Goggins. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen that book, and it kind of put into perspective that everybody fails or that everybody goes through something and you're not alone in that. Now the question is, what are you gonna do about it? And I said, damn, all right, I've lived this mediocre kind of life all my life, and I'm like 19, so not or 20 or whatever time I was at the time. So that says a lot. And then I said, all right, I don't want to be that person anymore. And if I actually want to get somewhere as a young dude, I need to push my life to the limits, and then that's kind of what helped me get started. I've always liked to help people, so that was something that I also took into account. And yeah, so that's a little bit about me. I'm gonna turn it over to Dave so he could kind of just start the conversation. Today we're just gonna talk a little bit about health and fitness, and not necessarily just like what it means to us as individuals, but like what is health and fitness, period. Like what is that in the grand scheme of things, and is fitness really, hey, I have six packs and abs? Or is health like, yeah, I eat clean every single day and I can't eat a donut because the nutrition gods will kill me. Like that's not life, Like that's not something that is gonna make you feel happy. Like health and fitness is not supposed to be something that you're like struggling to meet. Like if you're going to the gym or you're working out and every single day you go, you're like, fuck, I hate this. You're probably doing something wrong. If you're eating all the time and you hate what you eat, you're probably doing something wrong. So I'm gonna just let Dave kickstart it, and then we're all just gonna engage in conversation.
Before we continue, though, just discretion. Anything we say does not reflect the views of the U.S. government or U.S. military service whatsoever. None of the branches. All our opinions are to ourselves. Nothing reflects what the big Army, big Marine Corps, any of them think. So,
All right.
got to put that out there.
Yeah.
Can we copyright that for next time, please?
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get I have my freaking mic, and I'm gonna get something that says the views of all the audience is not provided or supported by the United
Just
States.
a video clip
And I'm
or audio clip of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
him
put
in
it in
every
the
single
front.
time.
Slap it
Hell
in
yeah.
there.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All
Someone's
right.
always gonna
So
forget to say it.
yeah. All right. So getting started on this. For starters, let's just preempt this with everybody all over the place. Everybody's in a different place as far as health and fitness goes. Like right now, just the people in here right now, um, you know, we've got people who run, 50 plus miles a week. We've got people who run 5 miles a week. We've got people who don't run at all. We've got people who can bench, their body weight 2 times their body weight. We've got people who, can't. So everybody's in a different spot as far as health and fitness goes, but it's really just being in a good spot for where you want to be in life. So health is health and fitness is really just being physically able to do what you want to do in life and achieve the goals that you want to achieve. And that's, being healthy in like your body being healthy, you're being healthy mentally, and the fitness being your ability to push yourself to achieve the goals that you want to achieve, and the just the ability to get where you want to be in life. So a lot of us having military experience, or basic training, military experience, we've had to push ourselves to get to that point, and we've had to push ourselves beyond some of the stuff that we thought was possible, like Kendry, what he was saying about boot camp, like pushing yourself to the point where you can swim with the best of them. And other people in this group, like we're all from different walks of life. So we just get this started talking about some of the healthy habits that we have, as far as food, as far as working out, and then we'll get into fitness, like some of the stuff that we do daily, just to keep ourselves ready to do whatever we need to do to achieve our goals.
Hey, he just hit on something that I don't know if you guys caught that, which was really good. The mental fitness component of everything, right? Because health and fitness, it sounds very like broad. Okay, so what kind of health are you talking about? You're talking about your mental health, physical. So there's a bunch of different things in that conversation. And I personally think that if your mental fitness isn't good, everything else is gonna go to shit. Right?
Agreed.
Like
Yeah.
if no matter how much you bench, no matter how much you run, if you're not good in here, you're not gonna see or feel improvement. And I think that that's something that whoever's listening to this should understand. That like while being fit and being healthy and taking care of your body is important, taking care of your mental health is also something that is a fitness thing in its own regard, right?
Absolutely.
Well,
Right.
just to chime in on that, and like think of your body as like a car. Your car's not going to run even if it has the best engine possible. If you don't got tires on it, you're not going anywhere. So everything works together. So it's a lot of people like to think, oh, like health and fitness are two separate things, or mental versus physical. Everything works, in my opinion, everything works together. So if you're not good in either one, then it's very hard, like you said, Kendry, that you're not going to be working the best that you can.
Yeah, so that car reference,
I
bro. I mean,
agree.
like, if you ask Ellie and her car with her little flat tires and stuff, yo, let me tell you, she needs new tires. But hey, we're working on that. We're working on that.
Okay.
It's true
Can
though.
I add
Like,
something to it?
yeah.
good.
I'm sorry, Chris, but I'm gonna tell like a personal story from my perspective. Actually, it actually started when me and Kendry and I'm sorry, I have horrible English. When we actually started training again, you gave me that plan, that weekly plan. You told me to constantly weigh myself every week. for a moment it was great, but after a while I realized it gave a toll to my mental health because I had this state of mind where I had to look at a number, and if whatever number that was, it just meant whether I did work hard enough in the gym, even if I was sweating, even if I ate right, even if I felt different just because the numbers weren't different, it started even affecting me. So it was very controversial at the time, but I just decided to not weigh myself anymore and just keep going to the gym, and just you have to do what's right for you sometimes, whether it may not seem like that for other people or whether you think yourself it's just not good for you anymore. And I think that's honestly a better choice, and it shows maturity in your health, mental road that you rather take and do things that you need to do instead of somebody else's opinion.
Yes, and something that she hit on that I actually absolutely love is that no workout plan that you get is 100% tailored for you. No meal plan that you get is like, hey, this is perfect. You follow this exactly, and you're gonna be good. Because let me tell you, the first time that I bought a meal plan, I was like, bro, why the hell you want me to eat 7 eggs every freaking morning? Like, bro, I don't even like eggs. You got me eating
I
seven
don't even
eggs.
got the money for that many eggs. What you talking
Who
about?
gave you that plan?
Oh, it's like 90 eggs a week. What are you doing? Like,
Dude.
so,
Dude, that's what we got. That's what we got at
Protein.
OCS though.
bro,
Oh,
so,
box chow and ram, dude. We got 7 eggs a day.
bro, and
Oh,
so
A shit ton of eggs.
So what
That's
I told
nasty.
myself was I was like, yo, like that's not conducive to my lifestyle and what I want to do. Like I need to find something that actually I enjoy. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'm not gonna eat 7 eggs. I'm gonna eat like four, you know? And and in doing that, I'm gonna get better. Like I'm gonna find different ways of eating what I actually want to eat. Like right now, I'm meal prepping for myself. I ate freaking protein waffles this morning with some bananas and some ham. Like
That shit look fire. That shit look
I had
fire.
That's
breakfast, right?
fire.
That's
And guess
better than what I eat over here, bro. Like,
right, and I met my goals, and so like I said, no workout plan is entirely like, hey, I gotta follow this. It's a guideline. Like how the Marine Corps has leadership traits and leadership principles and ways to do things, they also understand that, like, yo, guess what? Sometimes, like, I'm gonna be a little less dependable because I have to take more initiative in some other thing. So it's a guideline to where you apply these things when you feel they are necessary. No.
going back to the whole mental health thing, like, I know for me personally, like I use the gym as a way to clear my mental health, to stay both physically and mentally healthy. But you want to think of it as the gym as a reliever, as a way to de-stress, as a way to brighten your day, not something that you tread or dread. I mean, or like think it's just an obligation. Like if you like, there's days where I'll work out and I'm like, I really don't feel like this is gonna be good, and so I'll stop because like, why am I gonna have a sucky workout where it's not gonna help me at all? Maybe there's you gotta take those days off sometimes to reflect on yourself. Or take a day off, mental break. You don't want to like force yourself too much, so like to the point where now you're just in a routine that you don't like anymore, and you sort of lose that passion for that physical fitness because you weren't taking care of your mental fitness.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the things. Like, it's you don't want to look too too broad with your fitness goals. It's you got to be able to take it one step at a time. And as much as it's you push, like, you have a big goal in mind. You've got to give yourself credit for the small goals. Like, oh, I lost 5 pounds today. Oh, I just hit a you know 5 pound deadlift PR. Oh, I just hit a 5 pound bench PR. Like, it's the little wins. You got to be able to. You can't. You've got to be able to look at some of the small wins and give yourself that mental, like, kind of pat on the back, but then be able to say, all right, I did this, now I got to keep going, now I got to refocus. I achieved something today, but I got to be able to now turn around and get back to it.
100%. And
Sir.
that's something that I think also starts with how you start your day. Like, I feel like if you start the day and you're already like grouchy, it kind of just sets you up for like the rest of your day to be bad. So something that I think whoever's listening to this needs to kind of do, I pre-plan my days, right? So tomorrow I already know what I'm doing from like 5 in the morning when I wake up to 10, 11 o'clock whenever I go to sleep, right? And it's not a concrete plan, right? So I plan it, but with the mindset that I can adjust that plan as needed to fill things in that come throughout the day. But the first thing that I do on my day is I make sure I work out. That's the first thing that gets out the way. Why?
Bruh.
Because I know that it's something that's important for my life and that I might not always have the time to do it when I want to do it. Or like if I like sometimes I'm like, yo, I really want to be at the gym for 3 hours because I'm a nut job like that, right? Like that's the kind of shit I like to do.
Yeah, you're
But
fucking crazy.
time that I know shit, I can only be up at the gym for like an hour. And guess what? If I can only get an hour, guess what? I'm gonna wake up 30 minutes earlier. I'm gonna get a run in, and I'm gonna go to the gym, so I can get an hour and a half, and I can get some crunch time, right? And once you start that off, and you get used to that habit of going every single day and working on yourself, that whole mental fitness thing will come too, because you're like, damn, I'm stressing, but at least I'm fucking trying, like at least I'm trying to get a little bit better, even if it's physically.
You
No,
can
for
just be like
me,
Waters and run 10 miles.
yeah, no, not me.
Like
That's
3
not me
days
at
in a
all.
row.
But
We
no, for
all
me,
know
it's
that the
like,
day starts with
Butters,
like
you know what it
making
is?
your
Butters
bed.
is trying to be like me, but he's not. He's told me yesterday. He was like, "Yeah, I got more endurance than you," and I was like, "Bro, what was the longest you ever ran?" All right, we get it. You run marathon and shit. But I'm
You
like,
got
for
nah.
something
me,
to say to
it's
that,
like,
Waters?
What do you say?
You got something to say to that, Waters?
No, no, Kendry's right.
That's-
I was tapping a little bit.
I see, I'm like the opposite of Kendry. Like, if I'm having a bad day, like I'll just be like, and like I'm just in a bad mood. I'm just like, yo, fuck today. Like this shit sucked. I'll go work out because nothing pisses me off more than hurting myself. So it's like, fuck it. You're gonna go crush this fucking workout, and then you're gonna feel better about yourself. You're gonna make this day better by just going to work out. So it's like if I work out, I like working out in the evening because then I can just go shower and then do the rest of my stuff, my homework, or just knock out right after. So like evening workouts for me just hit different because like I could have the worst day of my life, then I can go to work out, do back and buys, hit a PR, and be like, "Fuck yeah, today was good."
I look sexy. Look at me in the
Yeah,
mirror.
right?
And
Get in the mirror, just post pump, like, damn, I look fucking good.
Oh man, I'm total opposite. I like to do the gym in the morning and then run in the evening because I like to end my day with what I like to do. So it'll be
I
like
like.
quick 5, 10, whatever, however many miles that I do
A
in the
quick 10,
evening.
yeah,
Yeah,
quick 10
just
mile.
Yeah,
know,
nothing
Take,
like
scrape it
that.
up
Just
and then I'm
10.
good. But in
fuck,
the morning, it's like I'm not a gym rat. I've been trying. I've been doing a lot better than I previously tried. Like I've struggled going to the gym. I've struggled just getting myself going. But this past couple of months since November, I've actually been going about 3 to 5 times a week. Like
hell yeah.
consistently, I've been
I
gaining
think
weight.
that.
I've been seeing results now. Like
All it is.
it's really nice, but I still struggle every morning. I wake up at 5 and I'm just like, man, it's the worst for me. I struggle just to get there, but once I get there, then it works out. Then it starts flowing, and then from there, it just makes the day go better. And then I know at the end of the day, I'm gonna hit what I like to do, which is running, and that's like the reward, the cherry on top. And then I'm
Quick
Gives you
story.
something to look forward to at the end of the day.
yeah.
And for
Right.
him, it's running. For me, it's the straight bar waiting for me to
Bro,
put
so
some weight
check this
on or
out.
smash that shit.
When we were at OCS, freaking, they used to call Perez the one-trick pony because this motherfucker's fast as hell, bro. And fucking, we're like, yo, Perez, how many pull-ups you doing? He's like, I'm doing like 15. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like doing like 40. You want to trade a minute in your run? But goddamn,
All right.
Uh,
Vasquez, you weigh 15 pounds soaking wet, and you're 5'3". So let's just.
With a brick in his hand.
hey,
No,
I'm
his uniform weighs more than him in the
I
water.
still knock out 23. So
I'm 6'3", 205 over here, and I got arms. My arms are taller than you. So let's just.
basically,
Hey, not wrong though.
Jesus.
he ain't even lying. But yo, it's those
But he can
things.
beat me in pull-ups.
Like, see how he's thinking about, like, okay, I know I'm really good at running, but damn, I need to work on this part of my fitness, like my weightlifting thing. So even though I don't like it, I'm gonna go train. But later, I'm gonna get what I want, and I'm gonna go hit my run. You can do things like that in your routine. Like me personally, I have a love and hate relationship with all of them. There's phases where I'm like, fuck yeah, I just want to run. That's all I want to do. And then I run a shit ton, and then my knee hurts, and then I'm like, fuck, never mind, I'm gonna lift. and then I start lifting, and then I'm like, oh shit, my shoulder's about to snap. Let me go back to running. And then sometimes everything hurts, and I'm like, okay, maybe I should phone call today.
Real quick, there's actually something I want to hit on with that. So you said, you go running a shit ton and then, oh, my knee hurts. So that's something like injuries are always going to be a part of your health and fitness journey.
Yep.
And that's just knowing how to deal with that. So a lot of what people run into is like, so what not, I'm sure, Perez, Kendra, you guys know about this, but what not a lot of people do is like when your knee starts to hurt. So that's just it's a tendonitis in the front, your patella tendon is what it's called, the tendon that holds your kneecap in place, which it's really like, it hurts like a bitch when you're running.
Yeah, it does.
But it's really like, that's not really structural damage. So that's the thing to do with that is not necessarily like, oh, I got to stop running now, was what a lot of people do. It's like, like I'm hurt. This hurts. I got to stop doing what was making it hurt and just do like being able to cross train, being able to like do other stuff to keep yourself fit, because that's what, what a lot of people will do is they will do something until they either plateau or they get hurt a little bit, or like things aren't just going their way, and then complacency sets in, and then they're not sticking to it. They're not beating on the craft to get themselves to that goal. So that's just one of the things to keep in mind is like, it's going to hurt. It's supposed to hurt. Nothing in life, nothing worth gaining in life comes easy. So it's supposed to hurt. You just got to know how to deal with that pain and know how to push through that pain.
100%. And something that you hit on that, like, I'm like a nut job. So like, I'm a little weird. Let me just throw that out there. Like, you can even ask Ellie. I'm the only dude that you guys probably know that starts off his workout week with leg day.
Yeah, you fucking weirdo.
Knowing
What's wrong
that,
with you?
right? Knowing that I have 5 to 6 runs to go the whole week, I'm starting with leg day because my legs are weak.
This fucking guy. No one loves leg day more than this dude.
And
it's not even like, yeah, I'll do like a couple squats. No, this motherfucker's like, all right, we're gonna do squats, then we're gonna focus quads, then hamstrings, then calves, and then back to hamstrings. I'm like, bro, like, god damn.
And then he'll want to go hit a fart leg right
and then he'll be like,
too.
all right, we're gonna hit a fart leg right after. Like, bro, what? You might as well just bring out the wheelchair for me, because shit.
Bro, so the other day he came back home from school break, and I was like, yo, I want to work out with you, but I want to start with leg day. We could do whatever else, but we're going to start with leg day. So we go to the gym, and I'm like warming up, and I see his face. He's like, yo, this man is about to murder me. So we started doing squats and whatever. Like, we're both like PRing and shit.
Yes,
and then I felt like he thought that we were about to like do something like lighter. And then I was like, nope, we're going to do walking lunges. And he just sees me put a plate of 45 on 135. And then I'm just lunging with that shit. And he's like, sir, I'm going to go grab the 20-pound dumbbells.
Yup. No. I had no shame, bro. I'm like, fuck this. Like, I'm not lunging across the whole gym.
And
35 on my back. I'll just take the dumbbells.
Bro, we're like an hour into the workout, maybe like hour 15. And he's like, how much do we got left? And I was like, bro, we just started. I got a whole like hour left.
That's the longest I've been in the gym. Was 3 hours on a leg day. Like that. If you told me I was gonna do that, I would have not shown up. 100%. If you say, "Oh, we hitting back and buys for 3 hours," I'll be like, I bet. Fine with me. You said leg day. He's like, all right, so we're doing quads, hamstrings, calves, back to quad. I'm like, oh god, I'm not gonna walk after this, huh?
You see Ellie shit, she like leg day too, bro. She on Wednesdays. I'm gonna be here for 2 hours and 55 minutes. Who's calling me? Why? Why you know where I'm at?
I do. Yeah, Sarah, you're a bitch for not lunging. I lunge all over that gym.
Fuck that. I hate lunges.
Yo, Waters, how's it in SoCal? How's what you doing down in SoCal? Well, all of us are up here in the frozen tundra.
And NorCal.
In North Cal?
Yeah.
Oh,
bro, lucky, dude.
It's locked down, but I mean, we're trying to, take adversity by the reins and make the best of the situation. That's partly the reason why I've been running so much since my gym's been closed.
Yeah. How how you been dealing with that? Because I know like a lot of the gyms up here have been closed, and like I mean, even my gym down at college, it's still like very limited capacity, and like I haven't been able to get in there yet just because the scheduling's so screwy. So how you
I
been
feel
doing?
that.
Yeah. Since everything, well, at least my gym's indoor, so it's completely closed. But I mean, I just been trying to make the best of it. Me and Kendry have been like challenging each other to see who can. Me and him definitely been
Bro, he
like
got
this
lucky. I'm telling
almost
you,
every
he got
day,
lucky.
like back
Yeah,
and forth.
yo, we started this running competition. I think it was like 3 days before my commissioning ceremony. We were like, yo, we're gonna do this running challenge so he could run the most miles. And Christian's like, can I join? I'm like, no.
Yeah, it's not much of a challenge, or you don't let the best one in.
Yeah, he runs 57 miles every week to warm up, and everyone's running like 15 a week. Like he's competing with himself.
Bro,
But
you want
anyway,
to donate some of that like leg muscle and endurance over here? Cause shit, I can't. I don't run for shit.
so that first week, I got the flu, and I was like, "Yo, are you freaking serious?" I'm like, "Ah, it's not that bad, right? Like, it's only a week." This kid ran like 28 miles that first week, and then I was like, "Damn, yo, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to like throw in longer runs throughout the week." So then I started doing like fives and like sevens and like tens, and then I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck?" But then I noticed that every time I posted a run, he would wait till I posted my run to run a little bit more.
Yeah, I get you.
It's that time
Yeah,
zone difference, man. He's got 3 hours on us.
That's
because
true.
I gotta give him way more props, and even if I might have a couple more miles than he did, like all the props to him for running in like New Jersey, like pretty much dang near like negative weather. Like he gets all the props.
In
Nah,
New
bro,
Jersey, every other step is a pothole. Please.
bro, every time I'm like on that run and like my knee hurts or some shit, I'm like, shut the fuck up. We gotta beat Watersmith. Shut the fuck up. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm just blessed to be able to run here where it's like 65,
Must be
63.
so
My gosh,
nice,
bro, dude, it's
bro.
Must be
I'm
nice.
I'm
I'm in up
fucking
I'm in upstate New York, dude. We got 1.5 feet of snow everywhere.
yup, yup.
Yeah,
Yo,
you
Yep.
see
this is
over there. He's like laughs in Florida.
Wow.
Like,
And that
oh yeah.
Miami sun.
Last in 70-degree weather. Swear to God, bro. Like
Must be
because of
nice.
COVID and everything, like the like to sign up for the gym here and everything. It's like certain times and certain capacity, and then even when you get in, it's like everyone's taking the benches, the dumbbells. You're like, bro, what the hell? So they
Mhm.
got like the mobile gyms and shit, like outdoors, like the deployment gyms, whatever. And they were like over like while we were gone for break and stuff, they put tents on them now, so like they're heated. Fucking heat ran out like after a week, so now they're like freezing cold. The bars are rusted. You're like, I was in there the other day. I didn't bring gloves. I was just in a long sleeve and my army PTs, winter PTs, and my hands are freezing cold from the bar doing bench. Next day I go, I bring gloves with me, and it's just cold as fuck. Like it's like 10-degree weather. We're right next to the Hudson River, so it's just like fucking cold air everywhere. I'm dying. Like they're like, oh, don't worry, we'll bring the heat back on. Heat's not back on.
bro,
Like
you
Yeah.
fucking
But did
lucky.
that
Dude,
The Marine Corps
but
is like, oh, you got ammo cans. Good luck. Like,
it's just
you
like
gotta.
metal on metal. Metal
Military
and cold do
never
not
covers you.
work together, bro.
never?
I think
No,
I
but
think last month for one of the AEX PT events, it was just like five of us. It was Kendry, me, um, I forget his name, but Tang was there. It was when we all met Tang before he left to OCS, and I always forget the other one's name, to be honest
No,
with you. Yeah, Nokum. Nokum was there too, and I think my friend John was there, and it was like 15 degrees out, and we're over here doing pull-ups on metal bars with no gloves, and then
Oh,
like
calluses was bad. Frostbite calluses, bro. What the fuck?
like
Swear to God.
like
yo,
what's it like to be able to laugh geometrically? Like, please let me know.
yo, hey, so whenever I think about like doing shit, in the snow, like having to put up with all this stuff. So there's a guy named Tim Kennedy who I'm sure a bunch of you guys have heard about him, but he was on a podcast with Jocko, I think, and they were like, because he was a Green Beret. So he says, you know what happens to a fair weather Green Beret? They die. So that's what you got to be able to push yourself. You got to be able to put yourself in those situations, and that's the thing. Like with the you got to. I mean, embrace the suck. That's what we all like to say.
That's
Embrace
huge.
the suck.
That's huge.
So
Bro,
when
Mhm.
Go ahead.
what is it?
Go ahead.
Well, just like when when like you don't want to run, when it's when it's snowing outside, when it's when a hurricane's coming through Miami, or when California's it dips below 60. When it's
Or on fire.
yeah, or it's on fire.
Put on
Yeah,
a hoodie, right?
I swear, yeah. I feel like Christian's the guy to wait for a hurricane to come, and he's gonna run away from the hurricane. That's his
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
He's like, oh
motivation.
shit, I need a little motivation. I'm gonna run
Hey,
from this
Forrest
motherfucker.
That
Gump.
is the Flash out here.
Bro, so
Forrest Gump. Yeah,
so there was this one time I was training these Marine Corps poolies, one of my good buddies, and he was like, "Yeah, I want to be infantry, this and that, whatever." Him and his buddy, and I'm like, "Are you sure that you know what you're saying?" "Yeah, bro, hoorah, whatever." I'm like, "All right, follow me." Took him on.
That guy did not know you well at all.
Bro, I just
Did not know what he was signing up for.
right. Yeah, push,
Oh,
get back, this, that, boom. This freaking dude
that was
had him doing like burpees with fucking dumbbells and like freaking crushing this kid. He's just like fucking throwing up, and I'm like, still want to be infantry?
I remember that.
One of them was like, yes sir, and I was like, all right, you're coming with me. How about you? He's like, nope, you coming, bro. After that workout, one of the kids hit me up and he was like, sir, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't even think I want to join the Marine Corps anymore if it's gonna be like that.
yeah. No, if they really say they want to be infantry, Kendry and Waters, tell them about Staff Sergeant Bowen when he passed Captain Macias on the Farley.
Stop. So
Tell the story.
I want to
nah,
hear this.
you tell him, because I feel like you have a better fucking remembrance of it. Go ahead.
Me? All right. So I was in. So we had when we were at OCS, one of our staff sergeants. This was the guy who was always he was always the one to rip into us. He was the one whenever we had to.
Crazy.
Whenever we had to, he'd make us pick up our foot lockers and wagon wheel around the squad bay and find a new home and all that kind of stuff. But he was a PT. He was a PT beast. Like I think
He was extremely athletic. Right.
Yeah, he ran like was it 1707 his last.
Yeah.
Almost to Perez level. But he would just he would push us as hard as he would push us as hard as he pushed himself. So we were doing these fartleks one day, which fartleks, you run, you stop, you do a workout, then you run, stop, do a workout, run, stop, do a workout, and they sent us off in groups with either one of our sergeant instructors or with my group was with our platoon commander. Yeah, our platoon commander. And so we're running with our platoon commander, he's pushing the pace, but not too much. And Staff Sergeant Bowen was leading the group behind us, and he caught up to us about halfway through just because he was hauling, and ended up passing our entire. He passed our group with like 4 of you guys in a group of 10 or 12. Yeah, so only four people were able to stick with him, and by the end there was only 2.
Bro, and let me tell you something about this motherfucker, yo. This freaking dude, and he'll probably see this podcast and want to join one day. Hey, we'll see.
Special guest. All right.
Bro, he like, when we were doing that, I was like, all right, I think I could keep up. Like, I thought I was good, like I was tired, but I was like, all right, I could stay with him. And then I saw, it wasn't Watersmith, it was somebody else.
Tyson. Was it Tyson?
No, somebody fell out. And they were like, straggler. It was Torres, right?
Torres.
So they have to scream that every single time. They have to say like straggler, and how far they are, so the instructor knows how far the kid is at, right? So he doesn't lose them. Bro, all you heard half the run was straggler. Every like 30 seconds, somebody was falling out. And then when it came, like, I was like number 7 or number 8 out of like the 16 people squad. Bro, when it came time for me to hear straggler, I was like, fuck, I just can't. I just fuck. And yo, that motherfucker was fast. And like I thought I was fast. But then when I saw this man run, I was like, ah, damn. And he
Uh-huh.
was fast like for a little bit. No, this motherfucker got faster as we ran. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like I know Perez is fast, but goddamn, this motherfucker is Jesus, yo. So then I knew I was like, if I can't beat them at running, I gotta beat them at something. Fuck it, I do the most pull-ups. And then every night we started doing pull-ups in the squad bay.
I'm dead.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna interrupt our little hoorah and how motivated we are. I think we should also talk about that first day when you go to a gym and you're like, we all started from zero. We all were either intimidated or want to work out, or it was that humbling moment. Like I want to hear about some of our humbling moments. Man, I don't have it all together. I'm not at the top of my game.
Oh,
So
I
I'm
walked in knowing damn well I wasn't shit. So like I started working out about like a year ago, like weightlifting and stuff from a junior in my company. And so he's like, I'm gonna take you under my wing. You're gonna get swole. I'm like, all right, cool, bet. So he took me to the gym one day back when COVID didn't exist and we were able to go to the gym on our own time, whatever. And so he's like, all right, I'm putting you on this plan. You're gonna follow it and you're gonna get fucking big. I'm like, all right, cool. I didn't know shit. So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna listen to what he says and do it. Fucking murdered me with weightlifting workouts. This was a chest day. My arms were hurting. By day, I was like, God damn, I can't feel anything. Leg day, I was like, God damn. But it was giving. I was showing progress slowly. Like I went from benching like, well, like maybe 100 pounds. The next week I was benching 125. Now I can rep out a plate like nothing. And just my body weight now. I'm like, holy shit. Like that dude, like really, like he inspired me to keep going to the gym even without him. I just stayed on that same one, and then I added my own workouts into it, and like that motivated me. Was like like I was physically seeing myself get bigger. I was physically seeing myself do more weight, do more reps, do more sets, and I was like, holy shit! Like, so it's like, and that's the great thing about starting off is that you don't know your limit, so you're always gonna go higher no matter what.
Mm.
So it's like the next time I went for a chest day or shoulder day, whatever, I added a little more weight, and I'm like, yo, I could fucking do this shit. Like that's the best part about starting off, and I think the hard part about it is once you start, like you get used to it and you start plateauing. That's where people lose their motivation. It's like, damn, I'm still hitting the same weight even though I've been doing this for like 2-3 weeks, and then people just give up. They're like, I can't do it anymore. Like no, like you're gonna keep doing it or try something different. Like there was a point where I couldn't get my bench up to a plate. I was like, fuck. So I started doing dumbbell workouts. I started doing different things to build that endurance, build that stamina, build that muscle. And eventually, I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna slap a plate on. I was a little angry that day. I didn't have a great day. Slapped the plate on, fucking repped it out for like 3 sets. I was like, holy shit. So it's all about like, once you start off, you're gonna feel amazing after that first day. No matter what, no matter where you started at, you're gonna be like, damn, I didn't know I could do that. And you just surprise yourself sometimes.
and now let me tell y'all something real quick. So y'all probably don't know this, but there was a time in the universe that existed where I did not like the gym. Okay, I hated going to the gym. All I cared about was doing push-ups, pull-ups, and dips, like Jocko says, right? So this one time, my brother was like, "Bro, like you weigh 96 pounds. You're a senior in high school. Like, how are you gonna, like, bro, you're gonna crumble. You're like 18. What the hell?" So he takes me to the gym, and he's not a personal trainer. He's not like he's a gym bro. Okay, he's a dude that's like, I just squat 5 plates for no reason, But I was like, this is the most knowledgeable person that I know. I gotta learn from him. Bro, I left. Like we were in the gym. I wasn't even in there for 20 minutes. I was like, I'm not doing this shit. Fuck this. Because, bro, he's just grab this 30 plate. Just freaking. And I was like, yo, I can't. No, this is not. I was like, I know that it works for you, dude. I ain't doing this crap. So I left. Then I went to boot camp. Shit didn't work out. But the Marine Corps has this thing where they indoctrinate a mental like problem in your head where you just feel like you're like this motivated thing all the time. And I was like, all right, let me retry this gym thing. And then I went to the gym. I started at Planet Fitness, little purple gym and shit. And I freaking got in there. I started grabbing some weights and I just started doing bicep curls. And I was like, okay, this is where I need to be.
Let me tell you, this man does not like deadlifting. I love deadlifting. That is literally my
Hey,
favorite
hey,
exercise.
I started
It's
deadlifting.
fun.
And this man's like, "Yo, how are
Don't
you
blame me.
deadlifting, bro? Like, I hate that shit. Sucks." I'm like, "Bro, shut the fuck up and lift the bar."
It's
He's
because
like,
he can
Yeah.
do
"Fuck,
it with
all right,
pull up.
bet."
He not.
Perez,
It's
how'd you
okay. I'm the
start?
same way with pull-ups. He'll be like, "Do 12 right now." I'm like,
Yeah.
Perez don't like this, and we know that
Yeah,
though.
Perez. Oh, Perez, how'd you start running so much?
"Word."
Oh,
I need
That's
I,
a
that
great
motivation.
question.
believe it or not, I was probably the laziest runner on my cross country team. I I always try to get by on the bare minimum. My coach hated me. Like I was
High
by
school
my
or college?
senior high school, and by my senior year, I was the third best runner on the team. And I was the team captain. That's kind of where I started, like actually, like picking up my, I guess, how do
Work
I want to say it?
ethic.
Like
Picking up the
my
pace.
work ethic. There you go. And just started like
I saw what
actually
you did there,
being a
Cookie. That was
role
quite good.
model, and like because I was a senior, I was the one who had been on the team for all 4 years, from freshman all the way up to my senior year, and compared to everyone else on varsity um, and on the team, I probably had the most experience, and so like I knew I had to like shape up, because that's not someone who's gonna like lead a team where we were competing for a possible top 5 finish at state. So we were we I that's where I kind of got my beginning, and then I transitioned over to triathlons in undergrad, and from triathlons I got into the whole endurance thing, and then I somehow made my way into a marathon where I trained for like 2 weeks, and like legit kind of like trained for 2 weeks for the marathon, my first marathon, and ran like 3 hours and 1 minute for my first one, and that qualified me for the Boston Marathon back in 2000 13 or 14. I can't remember, but
So I was a
that's
freshman
No
at
that's.
offense, but you're old as fuck, dude. I was in middle school at that fucking time.
Oh
I
my
was.
god.
I told you
Dude,
I'm
I wasn't even
27,
thinking
bitch.
of running, bro. What?
2013, I was 14 years old.
no,
I
he's
was
the grand old man of
I
the
was
room.
No
12.
fucking way.
I was 12.
Well, heck, Watersmith is 20, and so like I was in kindergarten when this dude wasn't even a wrinkle in
Look
his
at that,
dad's
dude.
eye.
Oh, jeez.
So
Jesus.
I'm over
Oh,
here just
man.
like recognizing that there's some people here that I know I've been alive longer than they've been on this planet.
Fucking wild.
Yeah. But no, what's awesome about this kid, though, is that he's running all he's running all these marathons and stuff, and he can, he can do all this kind of stuff. He's 27. He's joining the Marine Corps. He's going to law school. So
Yeah,
that's
true.
that's impressive.
It's fucking.
You know the crazy part is at 20, at 27, you hear people talk about like, oh yeah, you gotta live in your 20s and then you settle up in your 30s.
Mhm.
Gotta, motherfucker, I was trying to set up when I was 18. Like I was
I
trying to
didn't know what
figure
the fuck I
something
was
out
doing.
when I was like a little seed, and seeing people like him reminds me like, okay, I'm a little younger and I'm going in the right direction because I'm drawing inspiration from people like that who are actually grinding. Like I want to go to law school at some point. So guess whose inbox I'm gonna be in like 3 years? Hey, yo,
This
I,
motherfucker.
I got a question. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's what this whole thing is about. Understanding that like you need to learn that in your 20s it's time to push physically, emotionally, spiritually healthy, all that stuff, so you can be better. So when you're 30, 40, 50, 60, you're not regretting that you wasted 10 years of your life.
For sure.
No,
Mhm.
but
Yo,
Like,
don't want to
let's
cut
talk
y'all
that.
off, but
real quick.
I'm heading out here. But it was great being on here. Can't wait for future episodes. Y'all stay
Sounds good.
tuned, audience. Heat's coming out. All right. See you guys.
Yep.
See
But
ya.
to cap
Yeah.
on that point, like I guess everyone moves at their own pace. Like let's not forget that. Like there's
Mhm.
everyone has a timeline. Like, oh, I want to do this by the time I'm 25, by the time I'm 30, by the time I'm 40, whatever it is. But everyone kind of moves in their own direction. Like it took me a long time to even figure out that I even wanted to join the military. Like basically just a little about myself. My mom, my dad, my brother, all army. There, I was raised like, oh, gotta be army, gotta be army. And when I was younger, I thought the military, that was not for me. I was just going with the flow. I had super long hair. I was just like chilling, sleeping till noon, sleeping till 1 o'clock in the afternoon every single day. So it's everyone comes into their own eventually. So it takes some people a little bit longer to realize what their true aspirations are and where to get to. But I mean, as long as you find your way eventually.
And now he's in the best military branch that the United States has, right? United States.
Bruh.
Hoorah.
Yeah, you're lying.
There it is. There it
Bruh.
is.
No. Hold on.
Propaganda. Propaganda. I'm telling you. Yo, tell the
No,
Marines
never.
to give me a recruit. I promise.
Nah, I still think the army for me, I think it still was the best way. I would have probably learned about myself and more than anything, my health and fitness journey as well. Because you just, again, like you see so many people walking their different walks of life. And that's the thing that humbles you too, is when you're in that beginning stage and you see kids that just got out of high school that still live with their parents, don't really know what to do with themselves. And then you see people that are like probably like his age, 27, 30. I had a guy in my platoon, he was 35, a private. I was higher than him necessarily, but like just seeing his walk and what made him make that choice and just all the camaraderie, just having to do exercise all together. And just if one fucks up, everybody fucks up kind of thing. And I think that's great. And also
Yeah.
it's like, oh, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I was just saying, like, that's absolutely right. And like everybody, so yeah, going back to like the health and fitness part of it, everybody's in a different situation, and like, kind of what I said before was just being healthy and fit, like in being like if your health and fitness is in a good place, it's setting you up for your goals wherever that is in life. So like, um, you know, Perez, like, running, is just his running career, like going from training for marathons for training for a PFT, like that's, that there's different health and fitness goals in both of those. And Waters being enlisted, then going, the officer route, like just training to like excel at that point. So it's really just whatever walk of life you're at, and that's just for everybody who's listening to this. Whatever walk of life you're at, it's just recognizing the goals you want to achieve, and then setting yourself up with a plan, with taking the right steps. And like it's not you go from 1 to 100. It's taking the right steps to get yourself to that point.
Yeah, like what you said, like I completely agree. This podcast, I love how it's just we kind of made this to inspire others and share our stories. And one of those things is just to like share our experiences, how we've grown up, and the lessons we've learned. And that we've all, like, the first time we stepped in the gym, like, we were nervous. We might have not felt good about ourselves. We might have struggled with how we felt we looked, or like we couldn't lift anything, and that might have felt bad. But we all been there. And like, I started my fitness journey probably in high school, when my friend invited me to go lift with him and the other football kids. Even though I didn't even play football, he just invited me to hit the workout. So I just said, all right, F it, I'll go with you. But ever since then, like, it's all about taking that first step.
Absolutely. So what's like what? Oh no, go ahead.
No, so what I was gonna say, I wanted to kind of like, since we're about to hit that time to kind of close it out and stuff, and I wanted to give everybody enough time to answer this one question. I wanted to frame it around something that we all agreed was important. What is one tip or advice that you give to somebody who came to the gym or started working out, or anything health and fitness related? What is one piece of advice that you would give them, and how do you recommend that they kind of start? Did I kind of frame it in a good way? Or should
Yeah.
No, that was
I
perfect. That's
think
what I was gonna say.
I can start it off. Um, I struggle a lot with like trying to plan stuff out, and like and we spoke about this before when we did like our test podcast last week. Like, if we just spend all day planning, we're never gonna do anything. So I think what worked for me one day was like I I was really tired of my body. I just hit up Kendrick. I was like, hey, uh, I want to go to the gym and I want to do something about it. And then I got a membership. This all happened within like 2 days. I got a membership. We hit the gym, and that's it. Like it just worked. Like there wasn't much planning involved. And even now, when we train together, we're still like figuring things out like an hour or two before we even go train. So what I would just say is like if you don't know where to start, just start somewhere and work your way towards that.
Tell them about our first
Right.
day.
Oh my God.
Uh, tell-
Um our first day was like I know this now, but chest day is like my favorite day to hit the gym. And we started with like doing chest and triceps. And I think by the end of like that 30-minute session that him and I were together, like I could like my elbows were shaking trying to do a push up. And
Hell yeah.
actually from that first day, my favorite day ever being at the gym was day 3 of the first time I ever went to the gym because I was sore from doing back and biceps with him and chest and triceps back to back the next 2 days. And um I couldn't like I couldn't extend my arm without every little muscle hurting. Like it felt like they were on fire for those 2 days. But my favorite part about that was that like I worked like a 4 hour shift that night. I worked 5 to 9. I went to the gym right after, and I just kept thinking to myself like I have to do I have to lift more than what I did these past 2 days while my arms are on fire. And like I was just like, fuck it, I guess I'm gonna have to figure it out. And so I started doing push-ups, and then all that pain went away. And I actually probably could have done more weight that day, but I was just getting started, so I didn't want to overdo it.
There we go. There we go. And I think the when we were training, it's so cool because you get to, as a trainer or as somebody who's coaching somebody, you get to see this like I remember he was doing a push up, and I'll never forget this because I do this with every new client. Once they tell me that they can't, like they're doing a push up or whatever, I get them on the ground and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put my foot on your back, and when you're ready, you're gonna tell me ready. And when I tell you, you gotta give me one more push up, and you tell me that you can't, you're gonna prove to me A, you can, and B, that you actually fucking want this, because otherwise we're not gonna fucking train anymore. And I shit you not, every time they get on the fucking floor to do their push up or whatever, they're like, I can't. I'm like, all right, you don't have a trainer after this session if you don't get up and finish this push up. Every single one of them that actually wants it gets up, and we continue training the next day. Because I want to ingrain it in their head that it's in their fucking brain. That it's not something that at first you might think is physical, but all that fucking weight, if you tell yourself it's heavy, it's fucking heavy. If you tell yourself lightweight, like Ronnie Coleman, hey, you'll be golden. I'm telling you. All right, so we
Yeah.
got next. Hey, mute yourself.
Somebody got the vacuum.
Yeah, whoever that is. So that's what we're gonna do. I mean, we're gonna figure this out as the podcast go, but we're gonna, as we talk, we're gonna mute ourselves and shit, so it comes out a little more clear.
Yeah.
If I had any advice to give anybody who is first getting into fitness and starting their fitness journey, like I said before, just take the first step. But on top of that, obviously, when you think about like your fitness journey, that's kind of like your whole life. To be honest, it can be very overbearing and overwhelming if you think about it in the big picture. So if I was, I'd say, you really got to just think about it one step at a time, one day at a time. Don't overcomplicate yourself. Really, if it's like too overwhelming for you, just take it a week at a time, and a day at a time, an activity at a time, like one rep at a time. That's how it helped me.
All right. I guess yeah, I'll go real quick. So I actually got a quote to share real quick. So this is from Socrates actually. No citizen has a right to be an amateur in the matter of physical training. What a disgrace it is for a man to grow old without ever seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable. You guys heard that one before?
Yep.
I
No.
haven't, but it's awesome.
Yeah. So that's just like, um, it's really, and the other thing with that is, just is finding motivation. So whatever motivation you have, it can be as petty as you want. Like, oh, this girl didn't like me in high school, so I'm gonna get jacked and, you know, show her up. Like, whatever motivation you have to get started, that is more motivation than you had before, for one, and that's something that'll keep you going. So if you just think of those little motivations, and that's what'll drive you through a set. Like, if you're like, man, I can't, like Kendra was saying, oh, I can't finish this, I can't do this, I can't do anymore. Then you think of those tiny little motivations, like, it can be, yeah, it can be something small like that. It can be like, for Kendra, like, oh, I didn't make the swim. Like, oh, this person's called me fat. This person's outlifting me. This person's outworking me. And then you're just like, fuck that. I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go do this one more. I'm gonna go do this one more set. I'm gonna get this one more rep. I'm gonna get that one more mile. So it's really just finding motivations to push yourself and to make yourself better.
Yeah, definitely. We all have a reason for exercising and wanting to be better at our fitness, and you just got to remember that. Drive through.
How about you, Perez? What you got?
If I had to tell anyone who's just beginning, like whether it's trying to run a mile or get to the gym for the very first time, I would just say, if I had to give one piece of advice, oof, I mean so much, but I would say be brutally honest with yourself. And what I mean by that is, if you know you're undisciplined, if you know you struggle to wake up early, struggle to get in late, whatever it is for you, if you know you're dumb, if you know you're a little overweight, like, just be brutally honest with yourself. Know that that is you for only that moment, and that whatever you're trying to do, whether it is to study more or to clean up your eating diet, like cut out those cookies, cut out those chips, all that junk, or just to get to running a mile, like every little step is going to get you there. But you have to be brutally honest with yourself, because if you're not honest with yourself, then you don't know where you're going. So, like, it's obviously it's not okay for other people to be telling you like, you're an idiot, you're dumb, whatever, but like, you have to be brutally honest with yourself and recognize that, hey, maybe there's steps for you to take where you're no longer whatever that label you want to put on yourself. Like, it's a temporary label, and it can always change if you put in the work, if you put in the discipline.
How about you, Ali? What you got? We can't hear you.
How about now?
Go.
Yeah.
Okay. Just to piggyback off what everybody else was saying, it's kind of about the bigger picture here. I mean, when I went through everything I went through, or like even now, I think about the later on. Like, if I don't like where I'm at, what am I doing to make it better? And like through training, I thought about my kid, and everything I did, I thought about my kid, because it's about, and like even now after like joining the gym and everything, like it sucked for me. I hate people, and I don't like the gym, and it took me a while to get used to it. But you get used to it, you overcome it, and you think about the bigger picture and what are you doing to your end goal to make everything better.
I love it. I love it. How about you, Carolina?
If I could give my younger self, or somebody who's just starting, one piece of advice, it would be to start with yourself. I think coinciding with everything what everyone is saying, it's like, if I know I'm doing this for somebody else, or just because of comments, or just because of what I see in social media, what I see other people doing for their health, that's all great, and it's great that you admire it, but you shouldn't take that admiration to be your value of yourself. So I would say, get rid of anything that you think that it's getting that detox. Get rid of everything that you think that's not going to help you, or what is affecting your mental state of health. So once you start on a clean slate, and you tell yourself you're worthy, and that you know your worth, and you know what today is going to be your best day, and you're going to put your best left foot forward. I say left because that's how we always march, but like, that's how you're going to end up going and progressing and keeping that actual routine of like, I'm gonna eat clean today, or I'm just not gonna drink that juice anymore. And it's just little things. Don't take those little steps for granted. Every little thing that you do to make yourself better will pay off and make that bigger picture for tomorrow.
Hey, so everybody here hit everything that I wanted to say. So we don't gotta add too much. Hey, that is the core of what will make you a better human, a better leader, a better personal like inspiration for other people. And if I could close it out with one thing that I would tell people is if you want to be better, find someone and lead them. Okay? I don't care where you are at in your life, you can find one person that you are better than at something and teach them something. I don't care in what discipline you are at, because I promise you, everybody has something valuable to offer. Hi, Elijah. But yes, so, and the reason I say that is because once you have somebody there for you, and like once you know that somebody's relying on you to getting something done, you now have like an obligation to be better. You got me? So let's say I have Lewis under my wing and I'm like, yo, we got to get you better at running or whatever it is. I can't bitch out of a 10-mile run, you know? Because now what he's going to say, oh, Kendrick took a day off. It's I to take a day off. Like, let me tell you, Wednesday, it was cold as hell. You know, it was really cold. But I had told like 3 or 4 people, like, yo, I have to do this 10-mile run. I don't really want to do it. It's the snow, whatever. And then I sat in my room and I was like, so is this the kind of person that you want to be? I put on my shoes and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go. And I felt better because I said, you know what? If I'm going to be a leader, I have to be a leader in the good times and in the bad times. Not when it's 60 and nice, when it's 17 and you got to put on 3 freaking jackets to go on a run. That doesn't even matter. Like, I could skip it and nobody will know. But I know because I told somebody that I was going to do this. So that is my one biggest takeaway that in my journey when I first started, I was like, it's okay to take a day off. Nobody's counting on me. Well, guess what? Now I have 3,000 something followers waiting for me to post discipline checks. So now I got to go do something, you know? And that in itself helps me inspire myself to be better. So that next day I know like, hey, you know what? I might not be able to push like I pushed yesterday, but I can still get something in and it's better. I'm going to be a better person because of it. So yeah, I wanted to say thank you for you guys who have listened to this first podcast because hey, they always say that the first one sucks. So hey, if this one sucked, it is what it is. We're gonna keep getting better. We're gonna try to get this podcast on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, everywhere because I want everyone to understand that we get it. We're all your age. We're all around you. We're all doing different things, and we're just trying to be better. And when you're going on this journey, it sucks because you will be misunderstood. There's gonna be people that tell you that you're crazy for going to the gym at 4 in the morning. People that are gonna tell you, hey, dude, running 10 miles is really not that good for your knees. Like, yeah, you know what else is not? McDonald's, and you still eat it. So, you know, bring in perspective, right? And just so you know that when you're in the suck, somebody's working, okay? And that somebody, I promise you, is me. All right, I promise you that somebody out there that's trying to do something. That's me, okay? Like when you're in bed and you're trying to take a nap, I probably took my nap already because I already worked out and I'm about to go swim. Okay, so think about that when you're trying to be better. Like when I see Watersmith post a 10-mile, I'm like, you lucky. I'm gonna run an 11 tomorrow. You lucky we got an 11 a freaking time difference, you know. But just understand that this journey is hard. It's not something that mediocre people do. And just by taking the first step, just by you listening to this podcast, you're already trying to not be mediocre. And that's something that you should be proud of. Do you guys have anything else that you guys want to say before we close out? You guys got to talk, by the way, because you remember.
I think you touched up on that last note perfectly.
All right, so thank you guys for listening. Be on the lookout because we're gonna release an episode. Hopefully, we're gonna start every 2 weeks, but eventually it's gonna be every week. And you never know, I might do like a 10-minute quick, hey, get your ass up kind of episode here and there. So, hey, thank you for listening.